Hi, my name is Nick. I'm the lead developer at Accounting Add-ons, and today I'll try to cover a topic which most people will face at the start, and that is setting up BudgetLink for use with MYOB AccountRight 19.9. I'll cover three topics, and that is how to install the software, how to connect it to your MYOB data file, and how to run your first report. So let's get started. Now I've already gone to Accounting Add-ons website and downloaded BudgetLink, and it's just a matter of running it. I'll just wait for the download to finish, and I'll show you the steps involved to install it. I've finished downloading BudgetLink, and it started the little installer utility. You'll notice by default it'll install on the C drive, and if you're the only user that's going to use it, I'd probably recommend you leave it on the C drive. It'll run substantially better there. If you do have multiple users requiring access, you'll want to put it on a server location that's shared for all the users that need to run it. So I'll just click unzip and let it install. I finished installing BudgetLink and it has started. You can see it's complaining about third-party Excel add-ins. It's not a big problem. You can just click OK unless you experience problems. The next screen will ask you to accept the end-user license agreement, which I will, and I'll just choose a new installation because I'm a new user. You'll get this license screen. If you've already purchased the software, you can enter your registration key there. If you haven't, you can just start your trial. Because this is the first time I've used the software, it will ask me to set up a first data file, by which point I'll say yes to this. The purpose of this dialog is essentially to capture the connection information to your MYOB data file. I'll call my data file sample, and I'll make sure it's an MYOB AccountRight 19.9 or prior. I can then browse to my data file, and this data file is located on my C drive under development, under demo data files, under MYOB, and it's the Clearwater file from MYOB that I'm using. You can then type in the username and the password. We recommend you use the administrator username because that will grant all access to BudgetLink, which means it will be able to read all parts of your data file. If you use a username that has a lower access, you may be blocked out of certain information, and the get data process that downloads the information from MYOB might not fully work. Most of the other settings can be left intact, so I'll use TCP/IP as a network protocol. I'll leave the ODBC driver to be auto detect, and I'll simply click OK on this dialog and close on this one. Now that I've connected my MYOB data into BudgetLink, the next step is to retrieve this data. You'll notice I'm on the Get Data Options dialog, and there's two options: Full Get Data and Quick Get Data. The Full Get Data is the process that reads your MYOB data file, retrieves all the latest information, and then is able to display it in BudgetLink. The Quick Get Data is currently grayed out because I've never done a Full Get Data. The Quick Get Data is useful if you want to use BudgetLink. You know you've got already the latest information out of MYOB. You don't need to read your MYOB data file. You can use the Quick Get Data to just retrieve the latest numbers into memory. Conversely, if you've done a get data, for instance, in July, and you want to run a report for June or any prior month, again, you don't need to do a full get data because the numbers you're looking at haven't been necessarily changed in MYOB. Anytime you want the latest information from MYOB, you want to do a full get data, which is what I'll do right now, and I'll select that and then press OK. Now you'll notice the get data process has started, and that'll take a few minutes to run, and after that I'll have my data available to me. The get data process has finished. In this Clearwater data file, the process took about 35 seconds. On a larger file, it could take anywhere between 50 seconds, a minute or 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It really depends on how large your MYOB data file is, how much data it contains, and how much data it needs to retrieve and work through. Now that the get data is finished, I can click close on this dialog, and then I can run my first report. The first report I recommend you use is the monthly profit and loss report pack. It basically allows you to see your profit and loss numbers from MYOB and confirm that everything has been retrieved successfully. You'll notice now I'm in the menu in BudgetLink, and all my reports are numbered. The top one is the 11 monthly report pack. I simply need to click on it to open it up, and then I can go to the monthly profit and loss report. It'll list my chart of accounts down the page on the left hand side, you can see here, and it'll have the months going across the page at the top. All our reports are pretty much customized the same way. On the top left you'll notice a customize button, a publish button, and a layout button. I won't worry about the publish or the layout for this video, I'll just explain the customize. To change anything you want to see on the report, you simply need to click the Customize Report, and you can actually change any settings that you see within the filters or the options. So for instance, I want to run this profit and loss for a specific job, and I'll choose the Grand Market job. I'll run it for 2013 as a financial year, and I want to see my data all the way to June. In the case of the options, I don't want to see my account number, so I can turn that off, but I do want to see my figures as a year-to-date rolling total, and I'll just turn that on. If I click OK, the profit and loss will be refreshed with the figures based on the settings I've selected. Well, we've come to the end of the video to show you how to connect BudgetLink to your MYOB data file. I've shown you how to install the software, how to connect to your MYOB data file, as well as how to run your first report. The main thing is, if you've got any questions, feel free to contact us. I'm sure we can help. Cheers. See ya.